Hi guys, Rex here, and welcome to the first video in my boss killing series. In this video, I will be teaching you how to kill the spider. Let's dive into it. The spider is one of the 4 main bosses in HUD Showdown. Its presence on the map is indicated by the spider icon in the top left corner of your screen. To locate the boss, you have to pick up clues around the map, which will narrow down the search area and eventually give you the exact location of the boss once you've picked up 3 clues. Alternatively, the location will be revealed to you if one of the other teams have killed the boss or you happen to walk into the boss lair. Once you've found the boss lair, it's time to get to work. Part 1. Abilities. The first ability is the bite. The spider will bite your hunter and inflict the poison effect, meaning your hearing and vision will be impaired. Any source of healing is prevented for the duration of the effect. The second ability is the spit. This is the spider's projectile attack, which leaves a poison cloud on the ground. This cloud will only damage you if you stand in it. The poison effects from the bite and the spit abilities can be countered entirely by an antidote shot, which you ideally activate before the fight starts. The third ability of the spider is the pounce, where it will leap onto your character and knock it to the ground. This ability is indicated by a scream, which allows you to move out of the way if you pay attention. Finally, the enrage mechanic is triggered whenever the spider loses a quarter of its health. The enrage mechanic lasts for 15 seconds, and during this time the boss takes significantly reduced damage. Part 2. Strengths and weaknesses. The spider is immune to poison damage, meaning the effects from poison ammo, poison bombs, and poison clouds from the hand crossbow will have no effect on this boss. The spider is vulnerable to fire damage, meaning any type of fire ammo will deal significantly increased damage to this boss. Part 3. Effective weapons. Number 1. The axe and sledgehammer are both very effective against the spider and can usually be found somewhere within the boss lair or in the surrounding areas. 2 heavy melee attacks from these weapons will usually deal enough damage to trigger an enrage phase. If you want to speed up the process, you can bypass an entire enrage phase by combining heavy and light attacks in a specific order. If you hit the spider with a heavy attack followed by a light attack or vice versa, the damage dealt is not enough to trigger the next enrage phase. This means you can hit it with another heavy attack to deal increased damage before the next enrage phase is triggered, as shown on screen. As a result, the damage dealt is about a third of the spider's overall health instead of a quarter. Number 2. Any weapon with fire ammo is very effective against the spider, as demonstrated earlier. You can also use lanterns to burn the spider, but these are not as effective as fire ammo. Number 3. Most ranged weapons will get the job done, but more powerful weapons are generally preferred. If you're a bow player like me, you're in luck, because the bow is quite effective against the spider, and you can pull out your arrows for extra damage. The same goes for the crossbow. Number 4. You can sticky bomb the spider for massive damage. This is a bit tricky to pull off as it tends to move around a lot. The trick is to wait for the spider to stand still and scream, then hit it with a sticky bomb. Part 4. Final tips. I would advise you to always run a large antidote shot regardless of whether you're fighting the spider or not. This will make the spider fight a lot easier as you will take less damage and in turn not waste your medkit charges. But it will also protect you from all kinds of poison damage and effects in the game. A regeneration shot can be extremely useful as it heals you throughout the fight and saves your medkit charges. A stamina shot will make the fight a lot easier if you plan on using melee weapons. The conduit trade is a good alternative if you're not running stamina shots. Make sure you scan with dark sight while you're fighting the boss. Boss fights can sometimes take longer than expected, and other teams might push you while you're busy fighting the boss. If the boss icon glows red, that means other players are close, and depending on the situation, you may want to quickly finish the boss or fall back and prepare for a fight. Once you've dealt with the enemy team, all that's left to do is to finish the boss and banish it. That's it for the spider guide. Hopefully you found the guide useful, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. A special thanks to my Patreons for supporting what I do. Your support has allowed me to reduce my work to part-time and go full-time as a content creator. If you would like to support my channel, head over to patreon.com/rexner. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I stream live on Twitch at least 4 days per week, and you can follow me over at twitch.tv/rexner. Thank you so much for watching.